Trojan Philly. What's up, man? USCJ here. It's the top of the morning. I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, happy Thursday to everybody. Listen, let's jump right into this. We're talking about this national #1 class that USC just received yesterday, man. They locked, sealed, and deliver. And it's unheard of. 35 out of 35, USC was able to secure that #1 class. We was able to get Mark Bowman at the end. And when you look at it, this is the first time USC has got to the #1 class in the country since 2005. You guys see it here. 2005, 2006, USC was able to have the #1 class. But then you see a couple of other years, 2015, number 2, 2009, 09, second place, 2007, second place, 2004, second place, 2003, they got second place as well. But this is the first time, though, since 2005 that USC was able to secure this #1 class. And this is the type of class, man, we're talking about that's able to change the trajectory of your program. USC, you could argue that Reggie Bush class, the Matt Leinart, all of those guys, that was the class that kind of changed everything about USC from a Pete Carroll standpoint. And it was hard. You know, you talk about sanctions, you talk about years and years and years of just, being suppressed. Lincoln Riley, along with Chad Bowden, has now officially got this program back up to the standard that USC has been accustomed to getting years prior to the sanctions. And I'm telling you right now, we're going to go through this class. We're going to talk about this class because there's so many. I've never seen a class that there's so many guys. When I did a live show yesterday, I tried to pick out some of the guys who I felt like will possibly be the sleepers, some guys that I think could be instant impact players, some guys and that's both sides of the ball, offense and defense. But it's extremely hard, and you almost feel disrespectful if you don't pick another guy because the next guy next to him is that good. That's the type of caliber of players that USC has. There's no weaknesses in this at all. And so let's look at some of these guys real quick. And while we look through these guys, man, I'm going to give a shout out to some of these guys that I interviewed. But Luke Waffle, man, is just an incredible player. You look at the caliber of player that Sean Austin is. You look at Everett Hill. You talk about high caliber player. And in USC, out of the 35 players that they signed, 22 of those players from USC are in the top 300. That's almost unheard of. And so when you're looking at it, man, from top to bottom, man, you got some physical players in the trenches, man. You look at Braden Jones, trench player, just incredible. You look at Jamion Winfield, this big-time defensive tackle. He's a guy that I think that could come make an instant impact. I mean, just a massive guy. You look at Kenan Smith, who might be a big-time offensive line starter. Shout out to Isan Toffa. You guys go back and watch USCJ live videos. He was on this show. But I think Joshua Holland, I looked at some of his highlights. He's a ball-hawking machine at the safety spot. Trent Mosley may be the sleeper of them all when you talk about the receivers. You got Tron Baker. Shout out to him at Sierra Canyon. Josiah Jefferson. I mean, you talk about the #1 JUCO tight end, extremely athletic. Brandon Lockhart will have a chance to compete. You talk about Matt Reardon, who has some of the most incredible interceptions. And then you got your very own Deshaun Rideau, monster on the field. Luke Weaver may be one of the most underrated receivers in this class. He's a baller. He's a dog. Jaden Crowder, who just ended up committing, Santa Margarita product, beast. Then you have Taylor Johnson, who I had an opportunity to interview on this show. Go watch the live videos. He's a monster. Some crazy amount of tackles that he's had. Chase Dinich, absolute baller. And so when you look at it, you got even guys like John Fafita, incredible. Shout out to Andrew Williams, who we had on this show. Incredible talent. Samote for Santa Margarita. You talk about he's going to be an absolute baller. We had Malik Brooks on this show. Interview him. He's a dog, 300-pounder. And then you got Big Blad all the way from Folsom, California. Monster, man. You guys already know KDW. Baller. Sean Scott, I had him on this show. Baller, Modern Day High School. And then you already know about Tylenol Ely, had him on this show. Baller. Tom, shout out to him. We had him on this show as well. Baller. I mean, the list goes on. And everybody knows about Mark Bowman, man. It doesn't get any better than Mark Bowman. He is the, I'm not even going to say Swiss Army knife. You're talking about the most versatile pass catcher, blocker, however you want to call it. That's what Mark Bowman is. And so when you look at this class from a whole, man, I really don't even know how to, I mean, we're going to dissect this thing. I talked to J-Walk. We're going to get me, J-Walk, and B. Shaw. It probably won't be until Sunday so we all can get together. We're going to get into our favorite players. We're going to talk about who do we think is going to be the breakout player. I already have a couple of guys in my mind, man, that I think just going to be some dogs. You may see Tylenol Ely and Taylor Johnson, even Sean Scott, depending on even if we run a 3 linebacker set. Those may be our linebackers, man. You talked about fierce guys that can absolutely move and groove. So the future is bright, man. It's just not even a real, it's not even a saying anymore. It's something it's a real thing. And it's always been a real thing. But you got to see it before you see it. And now everybody else is seeing what's absolutely manifested. And now USC has absolutely did it. And yeah, it took us to get structure and strategy. We talked about this plenty of times. You had to get the general manager involved. You had to get all of these things. And now we got it. Look, USC it's the best is yet to come. There is no stopping. The only thing that can stop USC is USC, man. So look, I'm out of here, man. Happy Thursday to everybody. I'm excited. I'm happy. It's no stopping USC right now. And I know the whole country hates it right now. USC is back on top, and there's nothing they can do about it. I'm out of here, man. Until later on, fight on, fight on, fight on.